Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on wherever you are watching from. It's been a while since I came online. It's been a while. Yes, sometimes I like that, some days I like that. Something happened this afternoon. I decided to bathe my children, and they were happy. Both my son and my daughter, they were very, very happy. In fact, the happiness I saw in them, I've never seen that before. They were so happy. I started thinking, what happened? Why did I drift to this point that my own children are happy that I want to bathe them? I can't remember the last time I bathed them, but you cannot blame me now. You can't blame me. I have a wife who is up and doing. I have 2 helpers, and him and my busy schedule, my school as a student, my school as a lecturer, my other works as an accountant. Do not blame me. Now, I want to say a series of things today. Which one is sometime last week, one of my helpers, I decided to let her go. In the sense that all they go too much. We have tolerated a lot. But that's last 2 weeks, I made a bold step. In fact, I locked up my heart that she will go. Now, I'm going to start from that BBC from the genesis of how I started staying with this girl. We took in this girl when she was in her JSS 2. I think then she was about 13 years. Either 13 or 14 years in her JSS 2. She stayed with me. She did JSS 2 with me, JSS 2, JSS 3, SS1, SS2, and SS3. In fact, during her SS3, I decided to get her a phone. I got her a phone, and I registered WAEC for her. I registered NECO for her. I bought JAM for her. For her. To God who made it, she scored almost 200. She made her WAEC. I think she got about 2 A's, 4 B's, and the remaining C's. And she also smashed her NECO. All cleared. No outstanding, no F, no. In fact, her 2 results were perfect. Now, why am I saying this? Why am I saying all this? Because this is a girl we took in as a child. There's nothing we did not do for her as a child. There's nothing we didn't do for her. There's nothing. In fact, if you are staying, most of my neighbors don't even know that this girl is not actually my child. It was later they started understanding that she's not actually our child. Now, when this girl wrote JAMB, I asked her that I decided that she would write JAMB, and I decided that I would train her in the university. Yeah, it's not as if I'm that buoyant, but I know with God by my side, I can carry it, even though it's a burden. It's a burden, of course. I'm just a civil servant. My wife is just a streamer and does other sales online. So I'm just a civil servant. It's not as if it's all rosy, but I was determined to see her through. And that was my promise. And I asked God, since we have decided that this is what we are going to do, please give us the finances to cater for her. Now, I enrolled this girl into the university. She got admission in my own school, University of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. Now, I want to use this opportunity to tell all you, my fans, that University of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences have started giving admission. If you bought JAMB form and you got 150 and above, ensure that you have done a change of course. Put University of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. I'm in accounting department. If you are in the arts side of this thing, you can put accounting or any other arts related courses. If you are in the sciences, the same thing. We do all engineering courses. We do agricultural engineering. We do mechanical, electrical, electronics, I'll be mechatronics or thereabout, and other engineering courses. Then we do in sciences, we do science and computing, biochemistry, microbiology, and all the rest of them. In the FAMS, that's Faculty of Arts, Management and Social Sciences, we do accounting, business administration, taxation, criminology, entrepreneurship, psychology, marketing, CRD, and others. So this is your best chance to enter into a university. You remember, All our courses are accredited, and we graduate. Our students graduate at the record time. We have most of the youngest lecturers, contemporary lecturers in the university. We have the brightest lecturers in the university that can put your child, your world, to any length he or she wishes to. So let me not deviate to what the story I was saying. So this girl got into my school. She chose my school, and to God who made it, she got admitted accounting department. That is my department. That is my department. And it has not been easy, but with God by my side, we've been doing it. She's almost done with her 100 level. In fact, by next week, she should be next 2 weeks, she should be done with her 100 level, because the semester, the section is finishing this month actually. So she should be done, and she should be talking about entering 200 level. So, but along the line, sometime early this year, my wife complained that this girl has changed. She has changed. And I was like, do you expect a girl that you took in when she was in JSS2, when she was in her 13 years, to still have the same character as her 20 years, at 21 years? Of course, she must change. So it's for us to brace up with her new change. Let it be on the positive side of it. Of course, there'll be a little bit negative, but I hope we're able to tolerate the negative side. One thing when you are with people that are not your child, when you tend to correct them, they see it as, you are trying to, how will I put it? You are trying to hit them, or you are trying to shout at them. They see that you are trying to bully them. I don't know how to explain it, but do you know that I can count the number of times I've flogged this girl since the 6 years we have been staying with. And when this girl came, one of the things I told my wife is, please take care of this girl like our child. One of the things you do for me is to take care of this girl like our child. And she has been up to that. She has been doing that. And this girl, I don't think she could look at us and say that we treated her badly. She cannot look at us and say we treated her badly. In fact, our neighbors could attest. They could actually attest that this girl, we treated her very, very, very well. Let me exaggerate that very, very, so that you understand what I'm trying to say. Now, something happened. This girl came back. There was this particular day. I had them. Remember I said she got admission into my school. That fateful day, any day this girl is going to school, I give her 2,000 naira, 2,005 every day on daily basis. We have 5 times in a week. So if she goes to school 5 times, I give her 10,000 naira, 12,000 naira every week. If she goes to school 5 times, I give her 12,000 naira. If she goes to school on average basis 4 times, I give her 10,000 naira. So I spend equivalent of 10,000 naira every week on this girl, on transportation alone. So this my daughter, I call her daughter. This my daughter takes in a month, she takes about 50,000 naira on transportation. So this girl takes about 1/4. Let me just say, she takes about 1/4 of my salary. She takes about 1/4 of my salary, both transportation and everything. 1/4, 1/4. If you divide my salary into four portions, she takes 1 of it. That's the ones I can remember. Of course, this particular girl, she has free data. Because in my house here, I subscribe for 1 year. Every year, all my gadgets here are under subscription. So even her phones, my children's tablets, my tele, and all the rest of them, my phones. So if she comes, once she goes to school and comes back, immediately she enters, her phone automatically switches to the Wi-Fi. So she doesn't buy data. I buy data for her. There are a lot of things she doesn't buy. She gets everything virtually at a platter of gold. Everything. Now this thing started last semester, when they were about to write exam. When they were writing exam. On that fateful day, I was scheduled to invigilate her class during the exam. She didn't know that day that I was drafted to invigilate their class in their exam. They were writing exam for one of my friends' course. So 10 minutes to start the exam. One of the class rep, her class rep, who is also my class rep, called me that my daughter is not in school, and they're about to start exam. I said, what? 10 minutes before the exam. What? Where is that letter? Where is that letter she wrote? I said, what? She told me, yes, my daughter, because they knew her in school, her classmates, my colleagues, and everything. They knew her as my daughter. I said, what? I started calling her. Her number wasn't going. Her number wasn't going. I called my wife. I asked my wife, because I gave instruction to my wife. I gave a standing instruction that I want her to leave my house. Any day she's going for lectures, she should leave my house 7:30 a.m. Any day she's going for lectures is a standing instruction, is an order. And everybody respects that order. So I called my wife and asked her, where is her? Where is she? Sorry. Where is Miss Oma? She told me, she left the home by 7:30 as usual. I was like, Casala don't Casala don't happen. No. She's not in school. She's not in school. And they're about to start exam. And my wife, that exam is afternoon paper. That exam, remember, she left my home 7:30. The exam is afternoon paper. Afternoon paper starts by 1 p.m. And she's yet to enter the school. In fact, she didn't know that I would supervise that particular exam. I started making calls. I discovered that Miss Oma have not reached the school. I was now confused. In fact, there is no place my mind did not go to. I started getting worried. I started making calls to know if something happened within that route that she goes to school. And eventually I discovered nothing happened. I said, okay. 1 o'clock sharp, I started their exam. I went to their class, I started their exam. Her students, we are worried. And they were asking me, where is she? I said, I don't know. She left my home 7:30. She left my home 7:30. Now she know where she went to. So, hold and behold, this girl came into the hall, exam hall, around 2 o'clock, around after 2, because the exam has gone 1 hour plus. This girl came into the exam hall that I was supervising. And when she came to the exam hall, she was shocked to see me. She never knew that she would see me in that exam hall. She was shocked. And I asked her, Miss Oma, where did you go to? I was angry. I was like, she started telling me a lot of stories. I was like, come in. In my school, the law there is, once a student comes to an exam hall, 30 minutes after the exam, don't allow her to enter the exam. But because of me, I was able to allow her. Of course, she's meant to stop when the exam stops, which is 2 hours after. And this girl entered the hall, and after 20 minutes, she came to submit. I was like, what? What happened? You came to exam hall 1 hour plus late. And the students you met inside the exam hall, are still writing. Some, of course, you know how exam environment is. Some are still writing to see how they will fill up their other questions they've not answered. And this, my daughter, in the class that I was supervising, came into the exam 1 hour plus late and just stayed in the exam 15 to 20 minutes and has already come to submit. I was mad. I asked her what happened. I took her script. I flipped through. I was with the course lecturer. The course lecturer started laughing. I flipped through her script. And the course lecturer told me that this your daughter wrote nothing. She wrote nothing. Her script is empty. I sent her back to go and write exam like others are writing. And after about 10 minutes again, she came back again to submit. At this point, I allowed her to submit. The course lecturer laughed and said, I pity you, and this is your daughter. That was the statement the course lecturer laughed to them, said, I pity you and this is your. And even started asking me, where did I say I brought this girl from? That was a question I never answered. I said, it's my daughter. Wherever I brought her from, it's not your business. So after all said and done, so when we came home, I started asking her. In fact, when we came home, I seized her phone. I started asking her what happened. She started telling me stories. She was, first of all, the first story she told me that she trekked from my house to Control. Then when she was entering bus going to school, she saw a woman that wanted to do way bill. So now when the woman entered, the woman gave her the way bill to go and give to somebody at Atavu Junction. And the stories were complicated. I was like, is it me you are telling this type of thing? Mess Oma, I brought you in this home when you are in JSS. From that time till now, there's no day you are going to school that I didn't give you transport fare. You didn't trek when you were in secondary school. Is it now you are in university that you are telling me you trekked? Do you know the distance between my home and Control? I told her it's not true. I seized her phone. I said, whenever you are ready to tell me the truth, then you can come up. As for this phone, I'm not giving you back this phone. So hold and behold, after 2 days, she came back and was crying. Let her tell me the truth too. That fateful day, as she left here around 7:30, she went to her boyfriend's house, who stays at somewhere at Owerri, Apakma Junction. And she stayed there. When she went to her boyfriend's house, her boyfriend was not around. Somebody has exam, 1 o'clock exam. Her boyfriend was not around. So, according to her, she said she waited for her boyfriend, who went for gymming. And eventually the boyfriend came around. The boyfriend came back around 1. Somebody that has exam, or somebody I gave money. I sent to school. I gave money to go to school and write exam. She chose to go to her boyfriend's house. When the boyfriend came back, the boyfriend said that she will follow her to her school. That is my own school. She followed her to her school, which eventually, before they reached the school, it was already 1 hour plus late to the exam. And she was even shocked to see me during the exam. Oh, she never bargained she would see me. The meaning is that has been what she has been doing. All those other exams that I've not been supervising, she has been doing that. I'll send her to school. She'll go to her boyfriend's house and choose to go to school anytime she wishes. Somebody I'm training, I'm doing for what her own parents and siblings cannot do for her. That is how she will pay me back, to go to her boyfriend's house when I sent her to go to exam and stay. If it's my daughter, will she do this thing to us? You see why I said there's nothing you do for another person's child, she will see it as something you are doing for her, something good you are doing for her. There's nothing you do for them. All of them, most of them are so ungrateful. Most of them. Now, she wrote a letter. I wanted to show. She wrote a letter, documented that letter. I forwarded that letter to their siblings. All her siblings. I forwarded that letter to her siblings for them to know what their so-called sister is doing. I get me, for them to know. I sent somebody to go and write exam. She left the exam. I sent her to go and write and went to her boyfriend's house. One used riffraff to go to her house. And the useless boy escorted her to school where her uncle lectures. The same exam I was meant to supervise. And do you know why? She told me that why she left the exam hall, because everything started having meaning. She told me that why she left exam hall very early before I finished exam, because her boyfriend was outside waiting for her. She didn't want me to see that her useless boyfriend. Her boyfriend was outside waiting for her. So she needed to finish early so that she would leave the school early with that guy, so that I would not see them. That was the reason she left. And everything now got meaning. I said, wow, nice girl. So I took her phone. I didn't give her that phone until after approximately two months. I gave her back. She pleaded that the guy, she's no longer with the guy, that she has broken up with the guy. There's nothing she did not say. And at the end of that day, she went for a long vacation. And when they were coming from long vacation, I handed back the phone to her. Now, we started going. She promised that she will be of her best behavior and everything. Of course, you cannot, if she's my daughter, I cannot throw her out. I cannot reject her. So I started bringing her back as a daughter I saw her to be. I say, in Igbo language, I say, anata abunwata. Na anata abunwata nihu. Yanata abupoganya. Like, I was trying to make sure that I set the bright path of the bright future for her. But she's choosing to go the wrong route. The ugly route for herself. She's choosing, with all the sacrifices. There are some occasions we will not eat in this home. I will not eat in this home, but I will have to get money for her to go to school. I will have to get money to pay her bills in the school. I'll have to get money to sort out some things in the school for her. I have to make calls. That girl is my daughter. Please, any assistance you can render to her, please render to her. If you are giving it to her, you are rendering it to me. So that was the picture I painted in my school. Now, along the line, my wife was telling me, this girl is no longer whom we claim she is. She has changed. Okay, there's this particular day. They had 3 classes that day. Out of the 3 classes, and I'm teaching them out of the 3 classes, I teach them 2 courses. 2. In her level, I teach them 2 courses. And there is 1. They had 3 classes that day. Because of that day, I was having something. We are preparing results in school. So I called the class rep and rescheduled the class to another day. When I rescheduled the class to another day, I told her, out of the 3 classes you have, 2 is not coming, which is me. Remaining the last one, I called the class lecturer. Are you coming today? Because why I rescheduled my class was also affected her. So I know having lectures is under probability. I called her. She told me, oh no, she's not coming. No, that she has already rescheduled the class. I told Mesoma, say, CEO, the lecturer says she's not coming. Are you still going to school? She told me yes, she's going to school. That she wants to go and submit something, one assignment in school. I said, okay, oh, if you say you're still going to school, there is no problem. I gave her money. I told her, but come back early. Oh. Of course, somebody that is meant to go and submit assignment, at least I expected by 2 she should be home. By 2 p.m. If she goes to school by 7:30, submit assignment, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, submit assignment and come back. But you know when this girl came back? She came back around to 6 p.m. To 6 p.m. I ran mad. So my wife ran mad and said, which school did you go to that lectures were cancelled? And you stayed in school till 6 p.m. My wife started calling me and was shouting, Ifeanyi Chukwu, Shebi, she told me that this girl has changed. How come this girl be coming to school by this so time? I said, and in fact, my wife, when I was coming home that time, my wife has already chased her out of the house. When I entered, I called my wife. Immediately, I was coming, I met them in my balcony. I called my wife, please, you can give this girl any other punishment, but not chasing her away from the house. Because if anything happens to her, nobody will remember all these things you are saying again. Remember your experience. Nobody will remember all these things. So I instructed my daughter to go and call her. My daughter came back and said she didn't see her again. I said, what? Within the space of 1 minute. I came outside. I looked for her around the compound. I didn't see her. Within the neighborhood, I didn't see her. So I came back, saying, well, God knows that I've done my best. But I came back, I told my wife, no matter what happens, no matter how provoked you think you are, never you chase somebody out. Never you chase, be it your daughter or another person's daughter outside. Because you don't know what will happen. Better let them be with you in your house and give them another punishment. So eventually, after 1 hour, this girl came back with somebody. And the person, one of the neighbors, and the person was begging on her behalf that we should forgive her. I said to her, I've already forgiven her. That she know where she go to. I've forgiven her, and I've already called for her to come back. The lady said, thank God though. And I brought her in. I brought her in. Already my wife have collected her phone. My mind told me I should go through her phone. My mind was like, I should go through her phone. I started going through her phone. Going through her chats. I stumbled to one particular chat between she and her sister. And voice notes. Not only a chat and voice notes. I started going through the chats.
You don't need to play it.
I started going through the chats.
Say whatever it is you want to say. You don't need to play any voice note or whatever. Doesn't make sense.
Okay, 30. Let me play the voice notes so that you get to know. Okay.
People be meaning to ask, why are you still barbing your hair? And you barb your hair like a secondary school girl. Let's go to university before the kid. And on the time, that woman will just make you day earlier. But not the clothes where you get. She don't still allow you wear. You go the day like has hair for eye. I swear to God, if no be conditioner, if you don't come out for that house, stay. I tell you how this thing they pitch me for, but yeah, you know go pass a map area. If like a map area just finish, because at this point we just have a whole lot to do. After I have buried the man, you are leaving that house. Not anybody want to tell me. Nothing anybody want to tell me.
So that was one of the voice notes. 2 of the voice notes. She was chatting with her sister. So now her sister said something that got me. She said that the girl, why is she still on low court? She was asking her sister, why are you still on low court? I don't understand. When has been a low court been an offense? When she finished, in fact, there was a time this matter came up within her family member. She was like, she wants to be plaiting her hair. So the siblings started calling me that her sister wants to be plaiting. I said, sure. Plaiting her hair is not good now. It's not bad. But if you want your siblings to be plaiting her hair, even with my efforts, I spend 10,000 naira every week on top of your sister and other things. even with my effort. If you want your sister to be plating here, it's a simple thing now. Every month, you people should contribute 20,000 naira for me. You, on our way big girls, how much is attachment? I've worked in an attachment industry. I've audited an attachment industry. I know how much. Three, if she wants to plait her hair, she will use minimum of 2. I know how much it is, and I know how much she will spend. This is show. If she wants to be plaiting her hair, let you people give her at least, okay, let me not exaggerate. Every month, all of you should contribute 15,000 naira. Send it to me. Send it to my account. Then, if your sister doesn't do hair every month, call me a bastard. That was what I told them. All her siblings, this particular of her siblings is in Port Harcourt working. Most of our siblings are there strategically where they are working. I said, contribute 15,000 naira every month and give me if you want your sister to make hair. I cannot afford your sister to make it. It's not as if I don't want her to make it, but I cannot afford it. For now, I'm a civil servant. Peasant one for that matter. I cannot afford it. But if you want her to make hair, then you guys should be sending me 15,000 naira every month. So, you see that this girl has been discussing with her sister on how she will leave us after Mama's burial, after their grandmother's burial, which is coming up next month. Somebody that is in my house, I house her, I clothe her, I feed her, I gave her free data. There was a time I disconnected her for 3 weeks. She started begging for data, asking my wife money to buy. I wanted for her to know the value of her, that she came in and she saw data and was using to browse, chat, download anything, watch film the way she wants. I disconnected her. Later, my wife started begging that I should add her back. I should bring her back. And I added her back. But I wanted to teach her a lesson. That those things you are enjoying free of charge are not really free. They have value. But for the fact you are using them without adding value doesn't mean they're actually free. You have to know that they are really expensive. It is expensive to buy data. Now, I laughed. I was like, what? Is this thing happening under my roof? And a lot of things she was actually chatting, a lot of dirty things. She was actually chatting with her sister. I screenshotted it and I forwarded to their siblings. That she cannot wait to live here. That my wife is a witch. My own wife that has housed you for 6 years. Met you smashed your WAEC, smashed your NECO. Your JAMB was okay. Most of your contemporaries have not gotten admission, but you got admission and you got a professional course, accounting. A professional course for that matter, because of me. And you describe her as a witch. Ah, God. I said, no, there cannot be 2 captains in one ship. You cannot stay. I cannot, it is over. As at that day, I made up my mind that if na jazz, my people, they ask me, my in-laws, they ask, my family, they ask whether na jazz. This girl don't use jazz on us. Are they using jazz on me? I say, if it's jazz, that day, my eye has opened. You must leave my house. I called her. I asked her, choose, where will you be going? Where will you be going? Because you are 21 years. You are an adult. So where do you want to go? Do you want to go back to your village where your mom is? Or do you want to go to Ebu where your elder sister is? Or do you want to go to this your rubbish sister in Port Harcourt? I asked her, I don't want you to be in a hurry to answer. Go inside. I give you 1 minute to think, 2 minutes to think. Then come back after 2 minutes and tell me where you want to go. She came back and told me she wants to go to Ebu, to her sister's house. I said, oh. I called her sister. Hello, your sister is coming. Your sister is coming. And when she comes, she should tell you what happened. I don't have strength. She said, okay. Then the sister spoke to her little sister. She said she's coming there. Then I was in the office around after 4 p.m. That her elder sister called me. Remember, this girl left my home around 8 o'clock a.m. 8 o'clock a.m. That her elder sister called me. That her sister is not in the house yet. I said, how is that my business? How is that my business? Your sister is an adult. If I give her money, when she was leaving, I gave her money as usual. If I give her money to come to your house and she chooses to go to another place, how is that my business? She don't call me. I've hands off. I've everything concerning that girl. I'm off. So call her and ask her where she is. So after her dad later called me, the same thing. I told her that I don't know. I've done the things I know I should do. So wherever she chose to go, it is her business. But when I was receiving this course, I called 1 or 2 of their classmates who are my students. I called them. I said, if you know you are housing peculiar, please let her go. I'm not saying you should not house her, but let her reach her home first. And she can now come back and you can now house her. But if you choose to house her when she has not reached home first, then you have me to contend with. And after a day or 2, wherever they were housing her, they decided to vomit her. I was like that. Dad called and told me that she's now in the village. I said, okay, thank God, I'm hands off. So that was how she left. And I later called her, please, oh, come back, and because when she was going, I took her SIM card. I took her phone. I said, come back and take your SIM card, because I've already decided that I have another person here with me. So I'm going to transfer that phone to her, the person here. And I removed her SIM card and what? Gave her. I'm the one that bought the SIM card, but I gave her her 2 SIM cards. So why am I narrating all these things? That is the fallacy of life. I've pictured how I will train this girl. I've already pictured how I will train her. That, in fact, I was telling her the other time, during your long vac, they used to have 3 months long vacation. I told her that during your long vac, they are going to go and look for something you can do. Something you can do, at least till December, before you now resume school by December, because our schools resumes late December, late November or thereabout. I've already told her, think of what you can do, or even if you can work to help me out, because what is it, man, a civil servant coughing out about 50,000 naira every month for a particular thing, which is transportation. I'm not even talking about feeding and every other thing. Now, she left, and her sisters were calling me that please now, remember all your promises. Chicken that, this, that. They've been calling. Her mom called, her dad called, everybody, every members of her family called, except that girl I was with, Mesoma, and that her sister that she was doing that chat with. Outside the 2 of them, every members of their family called and was begging. And I was begging, I should remember my promise. Yes, I promised. And I'm still maintaining that promise. Mesoma coming to stay with me, I can never allow her to stay with me. Never. But since she's still in my school, all the help I've been rendering for her when she is here, I will do that. All the help I've been rendering for her or to her, all the help I've been rendering to her, I will do that. I will not stop giving her, rendering. But if it's her coming to my house, and if it entails me spending my money on her again, I will not do that too. But if it's my course, buying my textbook, she doesn't need to buy my textbook again. If it's, of course, textbook are not compulsory, of course. If it's other lecturers, no, she will not do all those ones, because this is my school. She's still under my shadow, But there is a but. How can somebody that has called me father looked at my wife and said she is a witch? That's the high point of irresponsibility. Somebody that I'm training, somebody that I gave love, somebody that I showed love to the maximum, somebody that I clothed, somebody that I incorporated in my content. Everything that we do here, she's part of it. She feels she's at home. She told me that I've done what her own father could not do. She told me. But it's a topic for another day. But that night we were reading that text message, I was crying. You come and see where my wife is crying. And I joined her, we are crying. I was not crying because of that she's going. I can afford to keep 5 helpers here in my home, and I'll feed and clothe them comfortably. I was not crying that my siblings, my children will miss her. But I was crying because I know where she's going. I was crying because she looked at us and betrayed the love we have for her. She looked at us and stabbed us with a naked knife. That was why I was crying. And I was crying seeing her future. Yes, man, no be God. But I see the thorn out there she will go and face. I'm seeing the thorn out there she will go and face in the world. That was why I was crying. It's not easy for anybody. It's not easy in the university. It's not easy in the outside world. It's not easy in the labor market. So that is it. So you see, in this life, if you are doing good for people that are not your children, they will take it for granted. In fact, they will not appreciate it. No matter how, even if you kill yourself, even if you buy yourself, they will not appreciate it. They will not appreciate it. Instead, they will look for one thing you have not done for them and hold there. Imagine somebody telling me that I did not allow her to plait hair, as if plaiting of hair is free of charge. When you said I did not allow you to plait, I said, oh, your parents, your siblings should be giving me money. And the story changed. Isn't it funny? So that's it. So that's my odyssey. Then it's getting to 3 weeks now. We've been living happily. That was why I started with my story that I painted my children today and they were happy. You see, those little things that I stopped doing because I have people here, I've started doing them. And it's giving us bond. And there's this happiness and joy within my children. And I'm enjoying it. It's not as if there are plenty. So, my brothers and sisters, that's Utoham normal. Let's enjoy our rest of the Sunday afternoon. I hope you cooked rice and stew. Thank you. God bless you.